Yeah, I mean, because listen, most all of us have light and dark, right?
True.
But what are you going to listen to?
Well, let me ask you, when people have light and dark, and my favorite quote by Alexander Solzhenitsyn is the line that separates the light and dark runs through every human heart. The good and evil runs through every human heart. And that oscillates, that shifts, that changes. It's the good and evil doesn't run through the countries. It doesn't run through the boundaries of the countries. It actually runs through each of us. And in your experience as someone who talks about this light, it's different degrees of dark and light in each individual, right? Mm-hmm. And would you say that most people mostly have majority light in them, or is that in the minority of people?
So I think we come to the world to try to learn how to balance that. But when we worked with a wonderful group when we created spirituality for kids years ago, and the teachers would teach the children that we have the voices in our head. One is more light, one's more dark. But let's turn the volume up on the light voice.
Turn the volume up.
Yeah, turn the volume up.
Do you do that? Do you have two voices inside of yourself?
I think that we have a choice at every moment. Like, is this going to bring positivity for someone, or is this going to bring someone down? And a lot of people are motivated for different reasons. Like I've never been motivated for money, but I've been motivated. One of the things I work on is that I want to be liked. So. Truly, I was within the 90s. I had so many judgments thrown at me. I was ridiculed. I was accused of so many bad things. And here I was just wanting to be liked. And I was fighting to swim just to be liked, right? But that's why. Why? Why do you need to be liked? You can't really have an impact and be liked by everybody. But that, as a Southern girl, that was in me. Like, you wanted to do the right thing, say the right thing, and everyone to like you. And you got to be willing to give all.
Well, it's different in little town in Georgia versus Manhattan.
Yeah,
that's a whole different.
Yeah, but I was a little girl in Manhattan with all the eyes on me at that time, and so I did not know how to deal with it, because my life up to that point had been pretty great. I mean, we all suffered. I've gone through some abusive relationships. I watched my parents go through divorce, so there'd been suffering, lost people I loved at a young age, but basically I was always the homecoming queen, the nice girl, the smart one, and then suddenly you're accused of being anything but. So it was painful, but I had to learn that lesson, right? So I would not take that lesson away, because I had to learn that everyone doesn't have to like you. You just have to be able to walk your path that's true to you and live your passions. Do you do what you do because you want to be liked?
Well, it's interesting you say being liked. It's like, what's that quote? You can tell someone's virtues by your enemies and your vices by your friends. So to the extent that you're disliked, you want to make sure you're disliked by all the right people.
For the right reasons.
Like the CIA or the FBI or Pfizer doesn't like me.
Yeah, I was going to say so pharmaceuticals.
Depends upon who. Who did you want to be liked by?
Oh, it's just a Southern thing. It's like
just
I grew up in that Bible Belt.
Southern. I'm from New Jersey, so I'm not.
No, but we all, all of us girls, we just wanted to have it together.
And this is a different context. Nowadays, Generation Z, it's all Instagram, posting photos of themselves, getting the clicks.
Yeah.
It's back in the late 80s, being liked meant what?
Well, just being able to, walk down the street and see people and know that there's a good energy between you. You don't want to feel that negative, like, because being hated is like, sometimes it feels like you.
But don't they just envy you because you're pretty? I mean, isn't that turn into a kind of resentment? People,
that's, some people have an issue with.
I think a lot of people have
jealousy, and we've all experienced.
We've all experienced it.
I mean, I see people in my generation who've had so much success. I mean, why didn't I have that kind of success? I know, because I'm on a different path, So it's constantly a job of coming back and saying, my gosh, you're walking. Your feet are in this path, and it's not meant to be someone else's. This is your path. Don't want someone else's path.
Right.
Because you really don't know what
the greatest challenge I would pose to the audience here is, and I was talking to Logan about this, is that people always say, oh, it's the other guy who's envious. Oh, it's the other guy who's greedy. Yeah. It's the other girl she's got issues. Like, why don't you look inside your heart and ask yourself if you're truly happy for another person's success?
Oh.
And if you can conquer that within yourself, then that's really how you change the world. You find the light within yourself. Because if we're honest with each other, are we really happy when we see someone else's financial success? It's very difficult to find.
Sometimes it's painful, especially when you feel like, well, why didn't I get that? What did I do? Sometimes it is painful. And I think as a human being, it's important to look inside yourself.
That you have to conquer that.
Yeah.
What is your price? Because if your price is not your life, then you are for sale.